it's you. Sorry about that. Did Arshor send you to check up on me? I swear, the next person that treats me like a child is gonna find my dagger in their stomach. Gods, I'm not mad at you. I'm just annoyed at everybody right now. No, I don't think so. It's just been difficult. Finding poor Ulran in the Ashlander camp. I need to be doing something. Sitting down here in the dark, hiding, that's not gonna solve anything. I know, but Nariu's writ. It involves a Redoran counselor. Exactly the opportunity I've been waiting for. The counselor knows who set up my brother. We need to talk to her before Nariu executes the writ. Do this for me, and I promise to stay here. Well, Nariu wouldn't tell me any specifics, but she trained me well. It wasn't hard to sneak a glance at the writ before she took off. Her target's at Arenum Manor, out in the swamp. Not far from that smelly cave, actually. I appreciate you agreeing to see what you can learn at Arenum Manor. My father used to say it was used by counselors as a retreat, but Mother always told me it was where they conducted business that required a certain degree of privacy. That's all I've been doing, thinking. And I think Ulran was right. I think someone wanted him out of the way, and they orchestrated the event with the Ashlanders to do it. Someone played my brother for a fool, and it cost him his life. Brivon's as stubborn as my father when it comes to following the rules and regulations of House Redoran. Ulran and Brivon were best friends, even if they argued from time to time. Politics, foreign relations, the Ashlanders, you name an issue, and Ulran and Brivon were probably on opposite sides of the argument. It got to the point where I had to ignore both of them or they'd drive me insane.
Even if you hadn't destroyed those shipments, I'm sure the Tribunal would have stopped the raid.
I expected you hours ago, hero. It's not polite to keep an assassin waiting. I was wondering how long it was going to take Vea to convince you to follow me. But she thought I didn't notice when she glanced at my writ, didn't she? Where is my overly curious apprentice, by the way? I know Vea wants answers, but this is my job. There are rules, especially where the lords of the great houses are concerned. There might be a way to deal with this, though, provided you're willing to help. First, don't kill any veterans. That's a violation of my writ and could have serious consequences for both of us. Second, you sneak around and search for anything that pertains to Ulron's exile while I figure out how to deal with the Counselor. We need to be invisible. These things work best when no one but the target knows we're there. If you get spotted, you're on your own. I even cough on anyone without a writ, and the Morrowind tongue will have my head. The front door is guarded like a bank vault. Maybe there's another way in through one of the buildings by the docks. This looks promising. Might even lead to the wine cellars. I could use a good bottle of wine. See what you can find pertaining to Ulron. I've got a dagger and a writ with Councillor Dolvara's name on them. If we don't find anything, maybe we can ask for an invitation to the upcoming council meeting. I'm sure they'd be happy to answer our questions. So House Redoran issued an advisory against the Morrowind tongue? Fat lot of good that's going to do the Councillor. luck. I was hoping for a quick stab and go, but it seems the Councillor might actually know something about Ulron. So Councillor Dolvra does know something about Vea's brother. Damn it all. Now I suppose you want to actually talk to her before I execute the walking pile of pond scum. Of course we do. I specifically waited for you to arrive because I figured that would be the case. Still doesn't mean I'm happy about blurring the line between helping Vea and performing my duty as a Morag Tong. We discovered that the next meeting of the High Council will take place at the consulate outside Balmra. The war clause and the Ashlander abuse aren't completely sanctioned by the House, and Dolvra was present when Ulron was exiled. That means we have to get Dolvra to spill her guts before I spill her guts. Just keep your wits about you, hero. Dolvra wields her feminine charms the way I wield my daggers. Don't let her seduce you into doing something stupid before I end her.
Hey, what's a little extortion among friends?
Be quick with your questions, hero. When I slip in, so do my daggers.
Ah, you must be here about those pesky patrol schedules. After all that clandestine correspondence, it's a pleasure to finally meet you in person. Now, well, look at you. I'm impressed. The last person House Drez sent over was so much more scruffy. I have a meeting with House Halalu shortly, but I think I can spare a few more moments for you. To seal our partnership, you understand. The noble's banished son? Why does House Drez care about that? Never mind. Anything so we can get to the good stuff. Ulron was tested and found wanting. Chose the life of a savage over his own soldier. We stripped him of his rank and exiled him. Ulron's dead? I hadn't heard. As to who was behind the test of Ulron's loyalty, what does that matter? He failed and paid the price for his poor choices. What does all this have to do with our arrangement?
You aren't clever enough, or pretty enough, to avoid what's about to happen, Dolvra.
What's the meaning of this? Who are you people?
I'm a Morag Tong, with a writ that says you're a criminal and a traitor. That means I get to end your miserable existence. Take another look around, hero, and see if you can find anything else related to Ulron. Alakir massage oils? Fancy. But that has nothing to do with Ulron. More proof that Dolvra was in bed with both House Halalu and House Drez. That's Captain Bribben's seal. I suppose our evil counselor courted favor wherever she could find it. The good Captain Briven appears to be more involved in Ulron's fate than I had imagined. He never struck me as the type to use murder and deceit to get ahead, but that's the problem with greed. It causes decent people to make stupid choices. Or he's trying to hide something. The letter mentioned an intact squad sent to scout the old fort. You need to get out there and see what those soldiers know before Briven gives them new orders and they disappear. I suppose she's probably pulled tight as a bowstring waiting to hear something. Go talk to Vea while I present my writ to the authorities. I can't wait to see the look on the Redoran Magister's face when I tell him what his counselor was up to.
I can't believe Lord Vivek wouldn't see worshippers today.
He's a living god. I'm sure he was just busy. We should have waited.
Get yourself a drink, and one for me.
Back again? Took your sweet time. You didn't learn anything, did you? Not that it matters. Oran's dead and nothing can change that. What good is that going to do? They won't speak to us. House before family and all that. Believe me, I'm more than familiar with Redoran honor. Still, I suppose I know a few ways to get people to talk. More rules. I thought we were beyond those kinds of limitations. Look, I need to figure out who's responsible for Oren's death. House councillors, Redoran soldiers, Ashlanders, whoever it is, they need to pay. Briven was Oren's best friend. Would he really betray my brother? Regardless, I want you to have this. You could have handed me to my father and you didn't. Other than Naryu and Ashur, you might be the only friend I have left. So which soldiers are we talking about? I know most of the people my brother used to work with. Eyewitnesses are better than notes in the house registry, provided I can actually get them to talk to me. There's no time to waste. That fort's near the cave where I was hiding. Last time I was there, the fort was crawling with cultists. We need to find them before Vatala and his soldiers wind up sacrificed to some Daedric prince. We'll get Vatala and his soldiers killed. I know the process. Turning in a writ can take hours, maybe even an entire day. I'll leave Naryu a note. She can meet us at the fort. I'm going. Either come with me or get out of my way. Let me gather my gear and write a note for Naryu. I'll meet you near the Hlormaran stronghold. The more I think about it, the more convinced I am that we'll learn who's responsible for Oren's death soon. Then blood will flow. As far as I'm concerned, rules got my brother killed. They don't apply to me anymore. Besides, To find the soldiers, we're probably going to have to carve a path through those cultists. The Morag Tang won't care about that. That's what the handbook says. Look, I know what Nariu's done for me. To keep me safe, I appreciate that. But this is about what they did to my brother. Nothing else matters. Not Nariu, not you, and certainly not me. No, never. You and Nariu aren't my enemies. I just need to get justice for Ulran. Otherwise his death will be the first of many. We have to be able to resist laws that make no sense or get people hurt, without being afraid of getting exiled. You're here, I'm here, the damn cultists are here. You know who isn't here? Battler and his squad. They're probably hiding. Or dead. They better not be dead. Nariu's probably busy clearing her writ, and we don't have time to wait. This opportunity to learn more about what happened to Ulran won't last much longer. We need to find that squad of soldiers. Their orders were to scout the old stronghold. I suggest we search along the outskirts and see if we can pick up their trail. A Redoran officer's sword. No Redoran soldier would leave that behind willingly.
Trains like this?
Bedroll, still wrapped and ready to use. Standard issue for a Redoran soldier.
a stew pot. It's my laundry.
Corporal Darvel.
Has anyone
Knew him.
staff yet?
But the others, they're civilians. They must have taken Tellem's soldiers inside.
Only the dead will see an end to this war.
Let's find the soldiers and get out of here before these stupid cultists realize what's happening.
Who's there? We won't let you take us without a fight. Wait, Bea, is that you?
Thank the three! You're all still alive!
I'm not sure what you and Vea are doing here, but let us out. Then we can return Vea to her father. Councillor Eris has been terribly worried since she disappeared. This isn't the time or the place to have that discussion. Get the key to this cage and then we can find a private place to talk. One of the cultists carries the key. I don't think he's too far away. We hear him patrolling around every so often. Free us, and I'll tell you whatever you want to know. You have my word as a Redoran and as an officer.
You find the key. Me and Vatala. We're going to have a little chat while we're waiting.
Vea, I'm just trying to protect you.
From what? The truth? Oh, please. I want to know who did this to my brother.
Ah, another sacrifice for the Prince of Bargains.
Vea, wait! You can't leave us like this! I knew I shouldn't have told Vea the truth. I just made everything worse. Please, let us out of here. We have to stop Vea before she does something she'll regret. I told her what she wanted to hear. I was with Captain Ulran the day everything happened. I was commanded to lure the Ashlanders to town and set up a situation for Ulran to deal with. My orders were to invite the Ashlanders to Balmora to trade, send some local toughs to instigate a commotion, and then get Ulran to investigate. It was just supposed to be a loyalty test. Who expected Ulran to kill his own soldier to save a savage? Captain Briven, though he was still a lieutenant at the time. As soon as I explained all this to Vea, her face turned dark and she stormed out of here. I think she's going to Balmora to kill him. You need to let me out so I can warn the captain. Thank you. Now, get to Balmora and stop Vea before she does something she'll regret.
Cross over here, hero. We've got a situation and it's not good. I leave you and Vea alone for a couple of hours and everything goes to oblivion in an ore cart. Why did Vea leave the safe house? And why is House Redren tearing the city apart to find her? You did what? I suppose you thought that was a good idea? Well, the damage is done. At least tell me you found something to make this debacle a little more palatable. That explains why Vea broke into the kin house. I'm not sure what happened in there, but she certainly stirred up the Redren soldiers. Vea might still be inside. Or she might have given them the slip. She could be anywhere by now. If Vea kills Briven without a writ, the Morog Tong and House Redren will both want her head on a silver platter. You check the kin house. I'll grab Ashur and see if we can pick up Vea's trail in the streets. Don't let me down, hero.
What do you want?
What is with all the Redren soldiers? Did something happen?
I wonder if it has something to do with the Councillor's daughter. She's been missing for weeks now.
Scour the streets, search the buildings. Vea Releth does not leave this city.
Oh, pitiful me.
What hope is there?
What's the meaning of this? Where are the soldiers? If you're looking for my husband, I'll tell you the same thing that I told that brazen young woman. The council is meeting outside Balmora, and Briven is protecting the councillors. Now, if you don't mind, I've had more than enough excitement for one day. I could barely make sense of the nonsense she was spouting. It was Vea, Councillor Eris's daughter. Everything she said was a ramble. Something about my husband betraying her brother, that my Briven had to suffer just as she was suffering. She had a knife, but no, she didn't harm me. She said her brother wouldn't hurt an innocent, that I wasn't responsible for his death. Do you have any idea what she was talking about? Because I certainly don't. You shouldn't get involved. That young woman will hasten her own death if she thinks she can get past my husband and his soldiers. But if you insist, the meeting is taking place at the garrison north of Balmora. Dead soldiers? They were just protecting the kin house. I'll go stay with my sister in Vivek.
That was a brave deed, rescuing Sandraz.
Please tell me you found Vea. I can already feel the cold steel of the executioner's blade on the back of my neck. Is Vea trying to get herself killed? You can't just barge into a veteran garrison and ask the soldiers to stand aside while you murder their captain. We have to get to her before she gets to Briven. She murdered soldiers without a writ. This is a dark path she's decided to follow. And unless we play this just right, it's not going to end well for any of us. Let's find Vea and put a stop to this. We can deal with any consequences after that. I don't like the looks of this. Briven is using war claws to patrol the garrison instead of veteran soldiers. Either House forces are stretched thinner than I thought, or Briven wants to justify the use of mercenaries to the Council. Maybe nothing, maybe everything. We know Ulron refused to employ mercenaries. He hated counting on thugs to do the right thing. I expect the Veteran Council feels the same. Maybe Briven's trying to show them what the War Claws can do. The War Claws may be a blessing in disguise. I can explain killing these bastards a lot easier than trying to wipe Redwin blood off my hands. Let's go stop Vea. I'm ready when you are, hero. There's no stealthy way to approach this. The front door's our only option. Then we track down Briven, find Vea, bonk her on the head, and get her out of here before she does something I can't fix. Easy as gore apple pie. Glad to see we all made it. Now let's find Brivin before Vea skewers him.
Did you see that one's new ball? It is most...
Like many Redrun structures, this place is huge and designed to serve a multitude of purposes. We're going to need to split up to cover it all. We must find Brivin and keep him alive until I can talk some sense into my damn apprentice. He's going to be as mad as a bullnetch and twice as ugly, provided we can actually convince him we're here to save his sorry hide and that we're not part of a plot to kill him and the counselors. Just another day at the fair, right, hero? Nothing yet, eh? I hear voices behind this door, but it's locked tight. Keep looking, hero. I haven't so much as heard or seen even a whisper of Brivin yet. Just lots of snarling war claws. If we can't get through this door, there's only one other way to go. It's always important to figure out where a target keeps its wine. In this case, down in the cellars. There's a staircase back where we first came in. And if we still don't find Brivin or Vea, well, at least there'll be plenty to drink. And I'll figure out how to get this door open, just in case. You know, attending a House Veteran Council meeting was always a secret goal of mine. Right after getting a lusty Argonian maiden to scrape my flesh raw with her abrasive tongue.
Kharjo does not like growing old, but the alternative is worse.
Captain Brivin is on his way. Soon we'll have a permanent job in House Veteran, yes?
Sounds like a... You! What are you doing here? Explain yourself! What in the name of the three are you up to? I thought you worked for Councillor Eris. You better have a damn good reason for killing the mercenary leader. I ought to sound the alarm and let her warriors deal with the likes of you. Vea? She's barely out from under her mother's apron and she presumes to judge my actions? No matter. Whatever your motives, nothing justifies the blatant killing of Ferhara and her mercenaries. Councillor Eris can't protect you this time, Outlander. Ah, now everything becomes clear. Vea learned something of her brother's fate and wants to retaliate. Then let her come. But know this. I merely set the events in motion. I didn't conceive the plan. You're looking for the responsible party. Then look no further than Councillor Eris. He wanted to prove his son's loyalty to the House. To show that Oren's fascination with the savage Ashlanders hadn't corrupted him. Well, look how that turned out. A test Oren failed. Eris was devastated when his son sided with the savages, and his daughter ran away. He decided to resign his position. He'll make the announcement today. Eris hopes to restore his family, but I think it's a lost cause.
That's for Oren. Choke on your own blood, you bastard. My father, the entire council, they're all guilty. They all have to die. I have to do this, so stay out of my way.
Vea actually did it. She killed Briven in cold blood. Vea killed Briven. Without a writ. It was pure, focused rage. I never expected her to go through with it. If Vea doesn't get herself killed up there, the Morag Tong will hunt her down and execute her, like a rabid gua. Her and me both. I'm not sure they deserve to be saved, but that's what we have to do. Vea can't be allowed to kill the councillors. We have to stop her. It's more than me and Vea's lives on the line. Something like this could destroy the Morag Tong. The Morag Tong only recently began to find acceptance again. Vea's actions don't just reflect badly on me. They could be used to force us back into the shadows, maybe even disband us all together. We're both going to have to answer for this. We have to get ahead of her. Cut her off. There's a door on the main floor, near the kitchens, that should allow us to come at the council meeting from another direction. I was able to get it open when I was scouting around up there. Let's go. Nothing's more important than reaching the council meeting. If mercenaries get in our way, cut them down.
Down every mercenary in her way. Her father won't be able to stop her.
Vea's getting close. We're running out of time. Let me try to open this door.
Vea, daughter. I'm so sorry. I never meant for any of this to happen.
Come on, stubborn, stupid lock.
Father, why? Does the house really matter more than your own son?
I needed to protect Ulron. to prove his loyalty. If I could do it all over again.
But you can't! None of us can! That's why
They
I
are
have...
that an order!
I'm not your apprentice anymore. The house has grown corrupt, evil. That's why all the councillors have to die. No more rules! No more secrets! House Redoran falls today!
Enough, Thea! This isn't the way!
They is down. It's over.
So much bloodshed. So much needless death. Only Eris would have listened. Outlander, we should speak. I think we can help one another.
She wants to talk to you, hero, not me. Best not keep the High Counselor waiting.
The Morag Tong agent. She cares deeply for Veya, doesn't she? It takes great courage to go against your heart and do what you know is best. You both did that by protecting the Council. For that, you have my thanks. A series of regrettable decisions led to this family tragedy, and most of them were made by Eris Relith. I knew of Ulron's compassion concerning the Ashlanders. It was unorthodox, but not worthy of the punishment meted out. Eris was wrong. Eris convinced Briven to test Ulron. Then the two of them decided to slaughter the Ashlanders. Oh, the Council allowed itself to be convinced that exile was an appropriate punishment, but we were wrong to let it go as far as it did. I didn't say that, but we're not butchers. We do not hire mercenary thugs to wipe out an entire people. This gathering was to deal with that. Eris planned to step down, and we were going to demote Briven for the part he played. House Redoran behaved poorly. Morag Tong rules were violated. I suggest we make sure these details never see the light of day. Leave the bodies where they are. We will say that Veya died protecting her father and the Council from the War Claws. Cooperate with House Redoran and hold your tongues. It's as simple as that. I shall return to the Council meeting and conclude our business. When we're finished, I expect you and Naryu to both be gone. That is all, Outlander.
I'm not sure about this. It's a generous offer, but those are some big secrets to sweep under a rug. Besides, Veya isn't dead. At least not yet. She's still breathing. The High Counselor thinks we killed her. The deal hinges upon all of us forgetting this sorry mess ever happened. Besides, once Veya regains her senses, there's every likelihood that she'll try to kill the Counselors again. When have I ever been able to convince Veya to do anything she didn't want to do? There's Redoran blood on Veya's hands. Once the Morag Tong ties those unauthorized murders to her, she's as good as dead anyway. And, more than likely, so am I. I don't see many options. We can either finish off Veya now, and go along with the High Counselor's deception, or we slip out of here with Veya and send her far, far away. She broke her vows and deserves to die. I know that. But it still feels wrong. You're right. If anyone's to blame for all this, it's me. I wasn't a good enough mentor. If for no other reason, Veya deserves a second chance. Look, you need to leave. We'll meet back in Balmora. And Hero, thanks. Go on. I'll get her out of here before the Council notices and meet you in Balmora.
Be
This one is not superstitious. That brings bad luck.
Talvani still keeps slaves? Compared to those amazing natives who accomplish anything.
Told you not to stick your blade in your apprentice's, Nayu. She'll live, but she can't stay here. Not after what she's done.
I've got that covered. They won't be staying in Vardenfell. Ashur did an outstanding job. For an assassin, he's got a gift for the healing arts. Veya's going to live. Now I just have to convince her to listen to me this time. And as far as she knows, she did. Now Veya needs to disappear. Otherwise, both Redrin and the Morag tongue will go after her. Believe me, nobody survives that kind of attention. Veya didn't ask for everything that happened. She only wanted justice. I've arranged for a ship captain I know to meet us in Vivek City. From there, Veya will sail to Somerset and rendezvous with an associate of mine. He's kind of furry and a bit of an arse, but he's good people. He'll take care of Veya. As long as everyone sticks to the bargain, I go about my usual business. A writ here, a nice bath there, maybe a few intimate encounters along the way, to relieve the tension, you understand. I just hope Veya's good with all this. She has to be. Always, hero. Oh, hey, I want you to have this. Something to remember me by until we meet again. I hope you don't leave here with the impression that all dark elves are conniving dirtbags. Some of us are also kind of sexy. Like me, for instance.
Mario... What happened?
Quiet, Veya. Rest now. We can talk later.
This goes against every protocol, but I couldn't let poor Veya bleed to death. I patched all the holes you people put in her, and she should recover given time.